Good day, everyone. You're welcome to Born Tutor channel. We are still on quadratic equation, and today we'll be talking about the root of quadratic equation. When we are talking about the root of quadratic equation, we are talking about the results you get after you solved a quadratic equation. That is the two answers you have to quadratic equation. And today we'll be talking about how we can use this root of quadratic equation, that is the answer you've gotten from a quadratic equation, to form an equation. So let's go on. Let's say you have a quadratic equation and the answer of the quadratic equation is positive. Remember, I told you last time that the general formula for a quadratic equation should be x squared plus, let's say, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is, let's say, a general formula for quadratic equation. But in this case, let's say we want to have a positive answer for our quadratic equation. And you remember, during factorization, we will have our x to be equals to, let's say, a, and our x to be equals to b. That is, let's assume that the answer we get for x in an equation is positive, which means if we are to go back to the way we had before we get the answer of our x to be a, our x here will be equals to x minus a to be equals to 0, and our x here will be equals to x minus b to be equals to 0. With this, we will be able to get positive a and positive b, assuming we are to factorize a quadratic equation. Which means during factorization, before we split this up, we can put them beside each other. Since they are equals to 0, we can say x minus a into bracket x minus b is equals to 0. You see, we are back to how we are before we solve the quadratic equation. And from here, if you can expand this type of thing, you'll be having your x multiplied by x to have x squared, and your x multiplied by b to have minus xb. You'll be having minus 8 multiplied by x to have minus xa, and you'll be having minus a multiplied by b to have plus ab, and everything is equals to 0. There is one thing I want you to notice. We have AB here, we have B here, we have A here. Let us try and factorize AB out of this, and you'll be x out of this. You'll be having x squared minus, let's say we have our B here and we have our A here. So we want to remove minus x from this. You have minus x into bracket. You'll be left with B plus A plus AB equals to 0. That is, I just factorize minus x out, and if you say minus xb divided by minus x, you'll be left with positive b, and minus xa divided by minus x, you'll be left with positive a. I think we still remember our factorization. So therefore, we derived at this, and we can call this a standard way of having a quadratic equation, whereby, remember, your a and b are the roots of the equation, which means they were the answer we get when we solve this type of quadratic equation. Which means for you to have your equation back, all you need is to find the summation of your summation of your roots, and also you need the product of your roots here. Which means you can rewrite the general formula of quadratic equation by saying x squared minus sum of the roots into brackets, we have our x, plus product of the roots equals to 0. This will always give you a quadratic equation if you have the root of the equation, which means you can be given the value of x that is the two value of x, and you'll be asked to look for the equation that you can derive from such roots. And with this, if you remember, if you want to factorize, we always look for two values. When you multiply them together, it will give you the value of C, and when you add them together, it gives you the value of B. And the same thing we write in this form. Let's have an example on this and see how you can apply it in real equation. So we have a question here. The question says we should find the equation if the roots are 3 and 1, which means the answer you get if you solve the equation is 3 and 1. The first thing we need to look for is, let us find the summation, sum of the roots, which equals to 3 plus 1, which equals to 4, and product of the roots, which equals to 3 multiplied by 1, which equals to 3. Remember that the formula is x squared minus sum of the roots into bracket x plus product of the roots equals 0. Which means we just have to substitute this into here, and we'll be having x squared minus 4, you have your x, plus the product of the roots, which is 3, and everything is equals to 0. This is an equation that the answer will give you 3 and 1 as the root, which means this is the equation you have for such root. Let me give you one more and see how it is. So this is another example. It says find the equation if the roots are 1 over 2 and minus 3 over 2. Remember, our sum, the summation of the root, is 1 over 2 plus minus 3 over 2, which will give you 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2. And if you have that, your LCM is 2. You have 2 into 2 to be 1. 1 times 1 to be 1 minus 2 into 2 to be 1, 3. You have the summation of the root to be minus 2 over 2, which equals to minus 1. And also the product, you have the product to be 1 over 2 multiplied by minus 3 over 2. You have everything to be minus 3 over 4. This is the product. Now you come back to the formula that says x squared minus summation of the root. So you have your x squared minus summation of the root is minus 1, and you have your x plus the product of the root to be minus 3 over 4 equals to 0. And to do that, you have x squared plus 1 times x will give you x, because minus times minus gives you plus. So you have plus x, minus, because plus times minus gives you minus 3 over 4 equals to 0. This is the equation, but to have the actual equation, you can multiply through by the denominator here so that you have a linear quadratic equation. So that is, you have 4 into bracket x squared plus 4 into bracket x minus 4 into bracket 3 over 4 equals to 0 multiplied by 4. Your 4 cancel 4. You have 4x squared plus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. And if you're given an equation like this to solve, your answer should be 1 over 2 and minus 3 over 2. That is, these are the roots of this equation, and this is the equation you can get from these roots. Thank you for watching this video from the beginning. I hope you can find the formation of quadratic equation from the root very simpler now. So I would like you to like this video, subscribe, and on your notification bell, so in case I drop the next video on quadratic equation and all other videos I used to drop, you will be notified immediately. Thank you for watching from the beginning. Have a wonderful and a nice day. Thank you.